we're talking about, a team that is definitely more than the sum of the parts. The combos, the synergy, the conversions, and all sorts of flashy things that we get to see in doubles. That is what I signed up for. And I think that's what we're going to see very soon, already getting into game 1. We're wasting no time here.
The PT and Incineroar combination going up. There we go. Hang on a second.
Is this the wrong bracket? they're scrapping too.
Yeah, no, they're just going at it. Goodness gracious. Right. I mean, hey, enjoy this free-for-all action. A little bit of a taste of what's to come, perhaps. But
they said no share stocks, every individual for themselves. Like, we are going at it.
Yeah, no, it's like, forget this camaraderie stuff. What is that? We are out here. We're fighting for glory out here.
All right. Or this is like the craziest button check of all time.
Nah, it's low-tier city. There can only be one queen here. Sorry.
True. But, okay.
Okay, yeah. Get that on the Pikachu. Just an absolute Pokemon melee out here, and Kazuya.
Oh, that was a good follow-up. Hold on.
Yeah, no, that was actually kind of slick.
Yeah. Someone's practiced it a little more than the others, but all right.
Yeah, no, the Incineroar kind of bugging
clean,
out. Yeah, and I think they've realized now what the deal is. So we are going to get back into it, and the teams as we knew them, we can go ahead and clarify that now. Yeah, Gaytor and SpotsKH versus FreeFries and JoJoScout. Now, these individuals, I got to say, one of the lower seeds in the bracket. The winner of this one facing off against Darebear and Viashare.
Okay.
But yeah, two absolute the DFW special right there for the number 1 seed. But I mean, Pikachu and Kazuya in terms of like synergy. What are you feeling there? Because it's like a lot of quickness, obviously, and a lot of power, all kind of combined into one. But how does that play in doubles?
Pretty well, actually. I think Pikachu can kind of use a lot of these quick options to throw out a couple of safe approaches, whereas Kazuya can kind of hang back, wait for Pikachu to get that neutral win, and then have some really big hits to follow it up. Throw combos that lead into maybe sweet spot forward smashes, or just like, electrics into up specials. All these big hits that Kazuya normally has to work into a combo, they can just sort of sprout out of nowhere, while Pikachu has to do all the hard work of finding the teammates, or the enemies rather, to send over to the teammates. So we're going to see how it works out, but it's not actually that dynamic. We have another surprise. It's going to be 2 heavy hitters over on the blue team. Gaytor on the Kazuya still, and Spots with the Incineroar. So this is just going to be one big swing after another.
You know that it's bad news when you're getting mixed by the character select screen.
Right.
That is absolutely, I apologize for that, but either way, Pikachu and PT, as you mentioned, Kazuya and Incineroar, that's just ridiculous. And the PT having a little bit of trouble recovering of perhaps a misplay off the stage. But Ivysaur getting everything, including the hands, as was the Pikachu. That Flare Blitz from the edge. Oh my goodness, Gaytor and Spots. Whoa. Oh my lord.
Finally finding some room to breathe for the red team. All these big hits coming in from blue team. It's hard to find that footing, but they are making it work right now. And pretty solid stage control, or reversal at least, from Spots, holding down that ledge with the neutral special, and another up special from Gaytor, kind of knocking JoJo into the corner of the stage. Okay.
This Kazuya trying to get the KO, but a well-timed character switch to a heavier body, which is absolutely necessary. Anything to get out of there, but yeah, that's the Squirtle does not have the range to get back from there. A beautifully timed dare and the follow-up from Incineroar. Absolute chaos here, and FreeFries all of a sudden all by the lonesome.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough right now. Every little opening that you do get, the teammate will be there to punish, like we're seeing already. And Gaytor has been fantastic with the punishes, finding so many big hits, even in the smallest circumstances, already looking for a lot off the top of the stage.
Yeah. The thing is, you really can just take it slow here, and I mean, or you could just go ahead and neutral.
Right.
Yeah. Either one works.
Win-win, honestly.
Yeah, and in that situation, you got to think, I mean, counter or revenge in this instance.
Yeah.
So useful, because this Kazuya can swing away, try to get that KO, and you're not hitting Incineroar for anything other than Okay, well, I guess the next attack is just going to do double the damage, and that's going to KO the light body off the top or off the side one way or another.
And it's also tough, too, because generally Incineroar will get punished pretty heavily, right? If you go for this Alolan Whip and you get stuck in the holy animation, the person that you are in the middle of throwing has a big opportunity to punish. But if you focus too much on that, Kazuya will definitely be very thankful for the free opportunity to get a combo started. Like we saw in that first game, Gaytor had so many really good punishes and really good routes off of just the smallest lapse in judgment or focus from the other team. All right, going back to Battlefield. I like the stage pick here. Going to see if it helps enough with the dynamic. Already they are swinging center stage, looking for some big damage. And it's just back-to-back forward tilts from JoJo, tacking on the percent. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Ooh, gets timed revenge. Definitely a pretty big punish here. Really good stuff from Red Team. Not necessarily landing big hits, but landing a lot of small ones.
And you got to think that it's going to add up eventually. Death by 1,000 cuts is certainly a valid strategy in the game. But then again, you got something like Kazuya who can go just a little bit off the ledge and punish that big body of Charizards. That's going to play an even bigger factor just because, I mean, this is, let's face it, Kazuya is just Luigi adjusted for inflation. This character cheeses the absolute mess out of you and then gets a final smash when no one else does. Like, it's amazing the options that you have with Kazuya just based off of raw power alone and the mobility to go along with it.
Wow, so many good command grabs too, and just fantastic options coming out from Gaytor. Finally getting punished here. You see FreeFries going for a couple of big swings with the Thunders, but it's going to be the Alolan Whip that finds the mark instead. And oh, nice little forward smash too to punish that electric. Oh,
okay.
Wow, that's gonna do it. I don't know about that trade though, but I mean, you got the stock. It was like a fresh Kazuya stock though, but it'll probably be fine. Already swinging to try and seal the deal.
Yeah. They don't ask how, they ask how many. And I believe the Kazuya might actually be Spots if what I'm reading is correct. And it's not too bad of a, I mean, just hitting everything out here, teammates included. Now we're down to 2 stocks. And was looking for the revenge, I think it was, perhaps playing into what I mentioned earlier on. But is going to go ahead and cross-chop off of the stage and eliminate themselves. And now it will be up to, I think, Spots here, Kazuya.
We'll see. So far, the slight miss with that neutral special getting punished, and some really good hits coming out from FreeFries. Okay, I like that landing down air covers a lot of options right there. Looking for something off the side, not finding the mark though, or getting that grab. Just looking for these forward smashes. Some of them are not really finding the mark. Ooh,
okay,
good spacing.
Yeah, no, pursuing attack on the Pikachu usually is the mouse that likes to close down space, and it's going to get some of their own through that down smash. And all of a sudden, it's Spots in a really bad spot, looking for the KO off of the top at 65 perhaps, and oh my, electric one way or another. That is going to be Kazuya Mishima taking game number 2 and indeed the set.
That input has so much knockback, and I think we saw FreeFries maybe holding in a little bit to try and approach, which didn't help the DI, send right off of the top. But a fantastic showing and a very fun scrap to watch here for the first game of the bracket. I'm excited for the rest of them too, because I only know it's going to get, well, probably even more exciting, frankly.
Exactly, and yeah, again, a lot of talent coming through. Cheeky and Carmel, I believe, is coming up next, going up against Katie and Luna. But if we go ahead and break down what we just saw, sometimes all you need to do is you can talk about the nuances of the game, right? You can talk about back and forth and like ticky-tack neutral and footsies, whatever. Sometimes to get through the door, you just got to have a battering ram. Yep. That's what Kazuya and Incineroar is. It's just pure, raw, unapologetic power and some absolute big queen energy coming from them.
Oh, definitely. That's like the multiple choice test. Sometimes you just fill in B, the whole column. You're right, at least a quarter of the time.
Oh, they were hitting every bubble.
But yes, exactly.
Let's make no mistakes about that. They were hitting everything, including themselves.
I didn't get to the end of the metaphor. This is like one of those trick tests where the teacher actually happened to make B the correct answer, because it just looked like every time they were right. Always finding the way in. Always finding those big hits too, where again normally you have to kind of work your way in with these more advantageous moves, more
Right.
charitable hitboxes of something like electric or some of the grabs, perhaps. This time it was just off of the Alolan whips, off of the edge guards, which were also phenomenal. Really good stuff. Finding the opportunities pretty much every time.
Yeah, and that ledge play, you don't really think about something that nuanced when you're talking about like the definitive grappler of the game in Incineroar,
Right.
and also just Kazuya, who will absolutely just punish you at 50, 60% off of just like a stray interaction. It's but yeah, that really seemed to be the difference. As we saw the Kazuya willing to go off stage. I believe that was Spots.
Right.
Willing to go off stage, especially against Charizard.
Yes.
Because that is the sort of recovery character.
Yeah,
But-
and it worked out so many times, right?
Oh,
That
yeah.
Game 1, the first 2 stocks were just off of Kazuya sort of up-specialing to recover while also throwing the hitbox to hit the Pokemon trainer right into the stage pretty much every time. So it looks like we are gearing up for the second match, though, as we
Again.
mentioned.
Yeah, Cheeky and Caramel. So I believe we're going to be getting Villager Pikachu there.
Ooh, okay.
If my sources tell me correctly. Although I know that Caramel very good in a multitude of other games,
Interesting.
including Brawl.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
wink, wink. And that's and Cheeky, obviously. I mean, the redemption bracket queen
Right,
of
right.
DFW. It should be mentioned. That legitimately, you watch the clips on Twitter. That Villager's nasty.
I believe it. I've seen at least a clip or two myself. Excited to see it in action here. You know, it's nice to get right to the source. I don't have to watch the highlight reel. I want to see it in action, in production here, and of course in doubles, which is another interesting dynamic. I know that there are definitely some team combos cooking up on either side here. Oh, they're getting ready for it. They are tweeting, letting everybody know.
Yeah, let them know. I mean, yo, we're out here with the sisters. We're punching each other in the face and having a good time. Why not? But Kitty and Luna, when you're facing a team that would be weird.